Los Angeles, 1947. A city of dreams, of bright lights and Hollywood stars. But beneath the glamour, a dark story was unfolding. A story that would shock the world and remain a mystery for more than 75 years. This is the story of Elizabeth Short, known to many as the Black Dahlia. Her murder remains one of the most infamous unsolved cases in American history. Today, we're diving into the chilling details of her tragic end. A case full of twists, unanswered questions, and horror. January 15, 1947. It's early in the morning in a quiet Los Angeles neighborhood. A mother is out for a walk, pushing her child in a stroller, enjoying the cool morning air. She strolls past an empty lot when something catches her eye. She sees what looks like a mannequin lying in the grass, just off the sidewalk. But as she gets closer, she realizes the horrifying truth. It's not a mannequin. It's the naked body of a young woman, sliced in half at the waist. Her skin is pale, her body posed deliberately. She is lifeless. The mother gasps in horror and rushes to find help. The police arrive quickly. This isn't just another murder. This is something far more sinister. The young woman's body shows signs of extreme mutilation. Her face is carved with a gruesome smile and deep cuts mark her skin. But there's something even stranger. There is no blood. That's right, no blood. The police quickly realize she wasn't killed here. Her body had been moved, carefully positioned in the empty lot, as if the killer wanted her to be found. The investigation moves fast. The Los Angeles Police Department calls for help from the FBI. Back in the 1940s, identifying victims was much more difficult than it is today. But the FBI had a powerful new tool, a primitive fax machine called the sound photo. Within 56 minutes of sending the victim's blurred fingerprints to the FBI, they had an answer. The body belonged to Elizabeth Short, a 22-year-old aspiring actress. Elizabeth had come to Hollywood in search of fame, like so many others. But instead of stardom, she found a tragic and horrifying end. Elizabeth Short wasn't famous in life, but she quickly became infamous in death. The press dubbed her the Black Dahlia, inspired by her love for wearing black clothes and the movie The Blue Dahlia that was popular at the time. Suddenly, her face was on every front page. People couldn't get enough of the mystery. Who was Elizabeth Short? How did she end up in that vacant lot? And more importantly, who had done this to her? The police launched one of the largest investigations in Los Angeles history. Over 750 police officers and investigators were assigned to the case. Hundreds of suspects were questioned, from her boyfriends to complete strangers. Everyone had a theory, and the public was hungry for answers. But despite the overwhelming effort, the investigation was plagued by dead ends. Elizabeth Short had been leading a complicated life. She was often seen at clubs, meeting with men, hoping for her big break in Hollywood. But these connections made it more difficult for the police to pinpoint a suspect. As time went on, theories began to flood the newspapers. Was she killed by a jealous lover, a stalker, or maybe even someone she trusted? One of the most promising suspects was a man named George Hodel, a wealthy doctor with a dark past. George Hodel became the focus of many conspiracy theories after his son, Steve Hodel, a former LAPD detective, publicly accused him of being the Black Dahlia's murderer. While there's some compelling evidence, including connections to other unsolved crimes, no charges were ever brought against him.
Home to the stars of Tinseltown, the home also to murder. The horrific slaying of Betty Short, aka the Black Dahlia, has captured the imagination of the Southland and baffled the best minds in law enforcement.
The brutal killing of aspiring actress Elizabeth Short shocked Los Angeles.
Young, beautiful victim. All this during a time when serial killers weren't running rampant. It captured the public's imagination.
And became the most famous unsolved case in Hollywood history. Now, the Black Dahlia murder is being brought to life in a new series, I Am the Night.
You remember that murder case? There's new information. You gotta remember where you are.
And after 72 years, the family of one of the key suspects is finally speaking out.
Dr. George Hodel. He was a brilliant man, a loving parent in many ways, but also, I'm sorry to say, a killer.
With every new theory, the public's fascination grew. Reporters, writers, and filmmakers saw the case as a goldmine. It wasn't just a murder anymore. It was a full-blown media circus. Elizabeth Short's face became iconic, a tragic symbol of the darkness lurking behind Hollywood's glamorous facade. Books, movies, and documentaries have been made about her, each offering their own version of what might have happened. Over the years, the case has cooled, but it's never gone away. Despite the exhaustive investigation, despite the endless theories, the murder of Elizabeth Short remains unsolved to this day. Her killer, whoever they were, vanished into history, leaving behind only questions. Who killed the Black Dahlia? Will we ever know the truth? Or will her tragic story remain one of Hollywood's darkest secrets forever? Only time will tell. Thank you for joining me on this chilling journey into one of America's most infamous unsolved murders. The story of Elizabeth Short, the Black Dahlia, is a reminder that even in the brightest of places, darkness can hide in the shadows. If you liked this story, be sure to subscribe and stay tuned for more mysteries, unsolved cases, and eerie tales. Until next time, stay curious and stay safe.